So with this demo, we're focused on application and network performance with Cisco WAS technology. So as part of our borderless network strategy, really delivering consistent services out to the branch is a key tenet to make sure you have happy customers, happy employees, not only in the headquarters, but also out in remote branches. So joining me is Joseph. Joseph, thanks for your time this morning.
Nice meeting you.
Talk to us a little bit about what some of the challenges are around branch design, branch networking, and how we relate services from the data center out into the branch environment.
Excellent, Chris. So the first thing is that I think that as IT emerges, a lot of the complexities of the application itself becomes prevalent. So the purpose of having a data center and branch solution is very critical. Having data center providing the infrastructure to give you more simplicity and more basically robustness for the application itself. But at the same time, the purpose of those applications to be delivered across the branch, to provide you basically the, I would say, user to be able to experience the best performance they can actually experience from their branch side, like they see actually in their LAN.
Because the whole idea is how to extend those services across the wide area network into that branch environment, right?
That is correct.
Okay, so what's Cisco doing to help do this?
Well, for Cisco WAS, basically, WAS stands for Wide Area Application Solution.
Okay.
It's a WAN Optimization solution. So with the name itself, basically, our purpose is to provide the optimized experience for application delivered across the WAN.
Okay.
But what we're demoing right here is that this is one of the newest products, Cisco WAS 4.2.
Okay.
We're actually showing how we can provide enhanced delivery for applications, not just classic application or standard application, but we're actually showing a more of a cloud computing type application, such as WebEx. So WebEx basically is a cloud services, it's a software as a service.
Okay.
Now, what we have right now is that we have user at the data center hosting a WebEx session. And we have the branches right here being simulated with the Optimized Client 1 and Optimized Client 2, joining the WebEx session over the WAN through the data center.
So we're literally simulating here data center, the application in the data center, and even though this is very close, we're actually saying this really is quite far because the application is being delivered out to the branch environment right here.
That is correct, and that in fact basically we do have the latency as you currently see in the WAN, about 20 to 40 millisecond of latency.
Okay.
Also you have the packet loss that you typically see in the WAN as well.
Okay, now what are these numbers, kind of flashing numbers signaling?
Great questions. The first thing is that what we're doing is that as the user in the data center is hosting their session, they're also generating traffic, generating basically this kind of pixel or translation over the WAN. So as the user at the branch seeing that, they're actually also seeing what the data center, user data center is actually hosting. So this user data center, as you know, in WebEx, it's a collaboration tool, it's a technology where you can actually share your desktop application and so forth. So what this user is they're sharing the application across the WAN and having the user to see what the current transaction is.
Now the fact that they're kind of simultaneous, this is the point in terms of what the WAS solution is delivering, right? It's
that is correct.
The consistent service.
That is correct.
Very interesting. Now, so in terms of kind of, there's obviously the performance aspect here. What about kind of the compression and how to optimize utilization of that WAN bandwidth?
That's actually a great question. So I'm going to go right into the data center.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, we see this user, as I mentioned on the performance side, they're sharing their kind of a session across the LAN.
Okay.
Right? Now, this user also, if I'm gonna go right there, performance is very important. And the second thing that you mentioned, Chris, is the bandwidth optimization. So what we're simulating right here is that we have the actual translation of that bandwidth, or basically, for example, that data transaction being sent across the WAN. The red here indicates that this is the actual optimized traffic. And you can actually see the blue here, line here, it's higher, or it's more than what you see on the red, because they're unoptimized. So you can actually see how WAS is providing the compression or the bandwidth utilization, basically less bandwidth utilization for the actual data traffic being sent across the WAN.
And the idea being the more traffic I would have, obviously the more I want to compress existing traffic just to kind of conserve the resources of that WAN pipe.
Certainly, and at the same time also, you increase the capacity, you increase the number of sessions, right? So by having actually 2 users right now, you can increase the session by 2 or 3 or 4. That's what's called basically increasing bandwidth capacity with Cisco WAS.
Now, how do I know how much compression is actually happening here? Is there a way to see kind of the level of compression?
That's actually a great question again. So we have with Cisco WAS what's called a WAS Central Manager.
Okay.
Now, WAS Central Manager allows you to provide centralized configuration centralized management, centralized reporting, and obviously centralized traffic statistics. Now in here, you see these two clients represented by the .84 and the .82.
Okay.
They're running session across the WAN, WebEx session, a secure delivery of both HTTP and also SSL, being optimized by Cisco WAS. So in here you see the original bytes and also the optimized bytes.
Okay.
What you will see here is a dramatic decrease from the original bytes to the optimized.
That's huge.
And exactly, and also the representation of the number of compression it provides by Cisco WAS.
So Cisco WAS is compressing that session by 88%.
That is correct.
That's very interesting. So in other words, again, more optimization of applications as they flow across that WAN link.
That is correct.
Okay, great. Well, Joseph, this has been very interesting. So I appreciate your time here. And again, what you've seen here is application and network performance using Cisco WAS solution. And Joseph, I believe we just made a new announcement as part of Cisco WAS.
Chris, basically, I appreciate you mentioned that. So yeah, Cisco WAS 4.2 is basically a new product launch that we just have this year.
Great.
This is our, I would say, our critical product launch because it provides you with not only feature, but also provide you basically capacity and increase integrated on the service router.
Excellent.
So we have what's called the ISR Generation 2, and Cisco WAS SRE is actually part of our service module that can be inserted as flexibly, providing you the capacity as an on-demand service optimization on the ISR router.
Very interesting. Well, you're seeing it here first. It's Cisco Live, new product announcements, new technology, really to deliver that borderless network experience from the data center out to the branch with Cisco WAS. So from Cisco Live, thanks for tuning in.